free Facebook marketing. Let's talk a little bit about Facebook. I think a lot of people downplay the amount of traction that you can make on Facebook for free, and you can also do this on a lot of other platforms. A lot of people think that the only way to advertise, the only way to market is by paying the big guy to actually get the leads coming in. But there's a lot of other stuff that you could do to get a lot of organic leads coming in. And in this video, I got 8 tips that I want to share with you on how you can do that exactly. Before we start tip number 1, I got to lay a little background here, and you need to start up a Facebook business page. You need to have your own personal Facebook page, but you also need to have a Facebook business page. So that's kind of the layout of what we're talking about here. And you got to have that Facebook business page optimized for your specific business. So you need to have a website on there, you need to have a logo, you need to have pictures, you need to be posting daily, things like that. So that kind of gives you a little background of what we will be talking about here. So tip number 1 is understanding your audience. And obviously this might take a little time to understand your audience completely, because you're coming out of the gate, you're not going to understand what they want, what they like, but do your research to figure out what your ideal client wants. So most of the time when we are posting on Facebook, we're posting to everyone. Well, it's kind of like what we talk about here in the handyman genre, is not everyone is our ideal client. Just like that, on Facebook, not everyone is your ideal client, so you don't need to be posting to everyone in particular. So make your posts specific, make them targeted to the type of client that you are looking for, and to the type of client that you're looking for that is on Facebook for those specific reasons. So a great way to figure this out is to post constantly every single day and figure out what gets the most likes, what gets the most views, what gets the most comments, and start doing that. And as we go in more of these tips, that will make more sense as we go. So tip number 2 kind of applies to tip number 1, is variety. So you need to be posting different stuff every single day. So that ranges from photos to videos, to selfies, to live streams, all kinds of stuff to figure out what your clientele wants to see and how to engage more people. Now, the trick about the Facebook algorithm is Facebook will show things that get people to stay on the platform longer. By posting constantly outside links, so links to your YouTube channel or things like that, Facebook isn't going to recommend those things as much as things that you post that recommend that people stay on the platform on Facebook. So that's why things like videos, things that like live streams, Facebook loves those things because it gets people to stay on their platform longer. To understand the algorithm, you really got to understand what drives Facebook. What drives all these social media companies is money. It all comes down to money. And the longer people are on their platform, the more money they are making by putting ads on your content that people see, because that's how Facebook makes money, is by advertisers paying them to put ads on your content. So the more that you could keep people on the platform of Facebook, the better off you will be. Tip number 3, timing is huge and massive. Use a lot of Facebook analytics to figure out what time most viewers are viewing your Facebook page and post at those specific times. You can actually schedule posts to make them come out at a specific time. The product that we use for this is called Meta Business Suite. Meta Business Suite links Instagram and Facebook. Really fantastic. It's basically you download it and you post once and it automatically posts to Facebook and Instagram. It also has a lot of analytics like, when are people on, what kind of content do people like, what kind of engagement are people getting. So check out, just go to Meta Business Suite, Google that, and you will get some information on that. It's something that you log into through your Facebook and Instagram accounts, and you can link it. Makes the world a lot easier because you could literally go in and you could schedule a whole month of content through Meta Business Suite. It's absolutely fantastic, and I would recommend that you check it out for engaging more with your clientele. Tip number 4, I think this is an interesting tip that people just don't quite understand about social media. So the tip is be a conversation starter, not a conversation taker. So you've seen those people when you've been in Facebook groups that they come in, they joined the group yesterday, and they're posting all about their dryer vent cleaning business. Those are people that no one wants in their group. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a little tip here. So be a conversation starter. That means when you enter into a group, and you're going to want to join Facebook groups around your community with your own personal page and your business page, and post, regularly. But don't always post, hey, I'm a handyman and I'm looking for work, hire me, right? Post engaging content. Ask engaging questions that get people to engage with you. That's how you boost your Facebook algorithm. Because if Facebook sees that your page is constantly engaging with other people on Facebook, they're going to start recommending your page more often because they know that your page keeps people on the platform of Facebook. And that's really what it's all about. So for instance, when you are in Facebook groups for your local community, don't always post, hey, I'm a handyman looking for work, call me, blah, blah, blah. Post engaging stuff. Like you could post questions that, would be helpful for other people to know, right? Start looking into what are some of the demographics in your city, what are some of the things that you're wondering, what are some of the things that other people are wondering. Kind of become a better ambassador for your city and someone that people can go to because they actually trust you and they go to you for knowledge and a good knowledge base. One thing that I think is super helpful and kind of makes me think of this is a city council member here in the city that I'm in. He posts regularly, like he posts every day, probably multiple times a day on all of the Facebook groups around the city. Now he's a city council member, so that's kind of part of his job, but he posts engaging stuff. Like he'll just post, hey, just so you know, this road is closed today for construction. Or just so you know, this is where the great Christmas lights are in the city. Like he posts cool stuff that people actually want to know about. Or just so you know, the local garbage service is closed today due to this holiday and it's going to reopen, blah, blah, blah. Post engaging things that actually make you a part of your community. So you're not just taking from your community and asking for work, but you're actually giving a lot of good information. And once you build that trust with people, they're going to start liking your page and they're going to start understanding that you are the go-to guy because you actually care about the community. You guys are handy and I know that, but the hardest part about this business is actually the business side of business. That is why I have created a coaching program that is exactly for that specific reason. The Handyman Academy is our premier coaching program that will help you learn everything that you need from startup all the way to creating systems and processes so that you can hire employees so the business can essentially run without you. The Handyman Academy now has open registration and I would absolutely love to talk with you about how I can help you with your handyman business. Go ahead and set up a free consultation call with me at handymanjourney.com/coaching. All right, let's get back to today's video. Tip number 5, I think this is huge and I think people don't use it as much. So pictures with people in them get more views on Facebook in general. So if you could post a picture of yourself doing work, like just a selfie, with the fence post behind you that you just replaced, that's going to get way more traction than just taking a picture of the fence post. Like having an actual picture of yourself or someone doing the work is worth way more than just the work itself. So visuals is really what we want to focus on when we're talking about posting on Facebook, and videos go even further than that. If you could take a quick 5-10 second selfie video of you standing in front of your fence post that you just replaced and maybe talk a little bit about it or whatever it is, that's going to be worth a lot more than just a picture of you in front of your fence post, or even more of just the fence post itself. Like it's a gradual thing, different ways that you can engage with visuals, and it really doesn't take that much more time. Number 6, stories are your secret weapon when you're talking about Facebook. So Facebook loves stories. If you have a long, engaging story, again, that's going to keep people on the platform longer. Facebook is going to rep that content a lot more to your viewers. So stories about how you started business, stories about how you went about replacing this fence post, stories that people are actually going to like and engage with are really the key to increasing your traction on Facebook. So the more stories that you can tell, the better off that you will be. Tip number 7, I think this is huge, engage. Tip number 7 is engage. A lot of people just do not engage. They'll make a post out on Facebook land in a local Facebook community and they'll never comment on that. They'll never, like, people will reply, they'll never comment, they'll just do whatever it is. But the more that you are commenting, the more you are engaging, the more Facebook sees that you are someone that engages with the clientele that they want you to engage with, the more they're going to represent your channel. And at the end of the day, again, it's all about getting Facebook to represent your content and how you can better do that. Number 8, I think this is huge. Something I heard the other day is nothing good comes really quick. Everything good takes time. So at the end of the day, tip number 8 is be patient and consistent. Keep doing what you know you need to do. The biggest thing about marketing is it takes at least 90 days for that marketing to gain traction. So the longer that you keep doing something, the more traction that it gets. It's just like a snowball, right? It starts out really small. As you keep going, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So keep staying consistent and keep plugging in the way that you know that you need to do. The biggest thing is we all know what we're supposed to do. We just don't do it because we're lazy. So at the end of the day, I'm saying if you want to be successful on Facebook, you need to continue plugging in and doing the things that you know that you need to do. And then at the end of the day, marketing on Facebook with paid dollars always is a great option, but there's a lot of other organic things that you can do first, and I would recommend that you check all of those out. So if you need to, go back, watch this video again, take notes, because there's a lot of good information that I portrayed here, and I would love to hear a little bit of your thoughts. Drop me a comment in the comment section below, and also like this video and subscribe to this channel.